you still here, sir?
Because I want a valid reason before I know why I'm terminated.
Okay, that's not what Florida law is. So if they've asked you to leave, you need to leave, sir.
I mean, I'll clock out.
Okay, so they fired you.
It looks like
And they did not provide a valid
They don't have
He's-
to, sir. They no,
employee's getting fired
no, sir.
Yes.
and he
No, sir.
refuses to
What I'm
leave.
not going to do is sit here and argue with you. Okay, you've been asked to leave. You've been terminated. So that means at this point you're trespassing. So you can either leave with me or you can leave on your own free will.
You gonna file a trespassing suit against me?
I will put you in jail. So would you like to leave?
Got so bad that they had to call the police.
All right, put your hands behind your back.
And looks like he's getting arrested for trespassing. So companies have a right to do this. If they trespass you, they fire you. As you can see, he probably put up a little bit of a tussle. He got fired. Florida, just like Illinois, is a right to fire state. So I'm not sure what all states are. I know Florida, I know Illinois, I know Las Vegas is as well, which means a lot of companies could fire you without giving you a reason. Now, if I got fired from somewhere, I would just go ahead and leave. I mean, they don't want me there, I'm fired, whatever. But it seems like this gentleman wanted a reason and refused to leave, so they called the police. Yeah, right to fire is, it doesn't matter what job you have, you could literally walk up to somebody and say, hey, an employee, you're fired. That's it. Go. You don't have to give them a reason. Can't file. You actually, I believe some jobs make you sign paperwork that says they could do that, but some, it's actually a law in the state. I know Florida, Illinois, and Las Vegas. I'm not sure what other states are. Let me know if your state is, if you know. Looks like when they took him to the ground, he hit his head, and he has a wound. You know, if this gentleman would have just left after he got fired, I'm sure that the company would have told him, or they probably most likely did tell him why he got fired. But even if they didn't, I mean, either way you're fired. If he would have just left when the police told him the first time,
You could have left, buddy.
I'm sure he wouldn't be in this situation.
Well, you were trying to be right.
And now,
Unfortunately, you weren't.
typically, after somebody gets arrested, they start apologizing because
Anytime. So you
I feel like they think they're not going to get arrested. And then when they actually do, they realize that they're in trouble.
So I've been in law enforcement
And
since
now they're arguing about the right to fire case, which you could look up any cases you want. You could look up laws. I know Arizona, it's called ARS, Arizona Revised Statute, that will list laws like this.
So there's plenty of other places that you can work that's the same job. But now you're going to have a felony
Wow.
on your record.
Now he's going to have a felony because he went after the police officer.
Now you're going to have another one. Convicted?
And he already had a felony.
Ask a follow-up question. Don't
So now, because he didn't listen, it's going to be even harder for him to find another job with a felony charge.
So your charge was expunged. So did you get your rights back?
Yes, I
Okay.
have all of my legal rights back.
Okay. You see how easy it is when we can talk cordially?
Yeah, I'm just.
And now he's
I let
sorry.
my anger get the better of me.
You know, part of me feels bad for this gentleman for losing his job. Obviously, I don't know why. But also,
Step back.
you know, if you just do what the police tell you, first and foremost, he wouldn't have been in
So
this
then he charged me and
predicament right here.
he ended up like that. Yeah, I'm good.
I let my anger get the better of me. That's actually what led to the first felony.
Where's the bathroom at?
He even said he let his anger get to him, and now he's in handcuffs
He's in there
and probably
with,
going to jail.
Deputy and Tyler. So the call was he was refusing to leave. They terminated him. He was refusing to leave. I got here. I told him, like, look, they want you to leave. He was like, oh, I want to know why I'm being fired. I told him they don't have to provide you that. They tell you you're fired, you have to leave.
Exactly.
He's like, well, I'm not leaving until they tell me. He's like, well, I'll clock out. And I was like, all right, well, this is how it's going to go. You either leave with me or you leave on your own.
Cop gave him options.
Went like that. So I said, okay. So I stepped to him. I grabbed his hand. He tensed up, put this hand down to his side. I didn't know at the time. So he pulled back like this. The first one didn't do anything to him because it was real close. So I stepped back again, hit him with the second one.
Looks like he
grabbed a
had to
hold
use
of
a
it and
taser.
then just charged me. So I took him to the ground. I think.
I worked for the Department of Corrections.
Listen, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be.
Now he's getting his Miranda rights read to him. You need to get these read to you before you get taken to jail. Just your basic rights.
You want to grab a camera too? You know, where they bandaged him.
Yeah, I can send them my body camera.
Looks like they need to call the EMTs because he hit his head. And I believe he got tased as well.
He
Typical
was
protocol,
struck
if you
with a impact weapon,
have to tase
specifically
somebody,
taser.
you have to call EMT, even if they seem like they're okay. It's
He's
just
in
make sure
the
everything's
decent
okay before they
laceration.
go.
So I don't know how you want to get him into the truck, but yeah, it's bleeding. Are you able to?
It's a tough thing police officers have to do stuff like this. You know, the guy's already having a bad day for getting fired, but again, if he would have just listened, he wouldn't have been in this spot to begin with.
She said she was going to get stretcher.
Slowly breathing down.
And now it looks like
Slowly
he's
breathing down.
kind of freaking out a little bit,
Weights on top of it.
which again makes
Calm down
sense.
a little bit.
Should have just listened.
Y'all good here? They need people back on perimeter.
I appreciate you.
I'm here, guys.